Hello, so Claressa Shields had another fight, and unfortunately this time she lost by split decision. I thought for a second the judges were gonna like sneak her a win, but yeah, she definitely lost 2 of the rounds. First round she probably won the first round. She landed some good shots and didn't get taken down in that first round, but in the second round and third round she got taken down. So yeah, let's break her down. If you're back from that old Claressa Shields video, long time no see, how you doing? Yeah, let's just get straight into it. So immediately I knew this would be a stiffer test because this girl, let me circle it. This girl was 2-0, and the other girl was 3-6, and this girl looked a little bit stronger too. The other girl was kind of just like a long, like dangly kind of girl, but this girl looked like a strong 155-pound woman who knew a little bit of grappling, and you could tell Montez's game plan right away is to stay at lead leg kicking range. Not even just kicking range, but lead leg kicking range. All she was throwing in the first round were these inside leg kicks, and Claressa was having a hard time early getting inside of that range because this Montez was circling a lot. You see her circling, and Claressa does this a few times. She like fully extends on these jabs from way out of range. I don't know if she thinks she's gonna land them, but like comes up super short. But she like if she was just like kind of feeling it, then I'd be like, oh, she's just testing the range. But she's like full on throwing it. Maybe she's testing the range with the full on throw, but she does this a couple times and I'm like, it just kind of looks weird. It looks like when Michelle Waterson comes up short all the time on her friggin' stubby ass kicks, but gets met with an inside leg kick. And here we cut to a little bit forward, and Claressa steps in, pulling down the lead hand and coming over the top with the right, and she's just short. You see, it's a jab, but then she opens her hand up, pulls down the lead hand, but it doesn't even matter because Montez was pulling it down anyways, and the right hand comes up just short, keeping super far inside leg kick range, and she's not even like, look at the target. She's like going for calf kicks on the inside leg. It's like she's not targeting the thigh. She's just trying to like tap. Like the furthest away she can tap you, she's gonna tap you. That was her game plan. Stay as far away, and then she'd throw it and then kind of land off balance and get way out. Like look at all this room. She's got respect for Claressa Shields' power for sure. Shields, maybe unintentionally, but she times when Montez is throwing this inside leg kick to keep her away, and she steps in and throws the right hand over the top. It just grazes, kind of lands on the shoulder and then the head, but she rushes forward. She's like, oh, I landed, boom, 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 against the cage, and she's throwing look at that punch. And Montez shoots under that. But look at Claressa has that left underhook, stopping Montez from getting like a deep shot on that single leg, on that right leg. But she pulls her hip back, and Claressa pulls her hip back and shoots that underhook, and she's got a whizzer on this side. So we're in an over-under position. And look at that I don't know, that shuck off by Claressa. She uses her underhook side to lift her that way. Get her against the cage, but then, yeah, and she puts her against the cage, but eventually she gets turned around. But here we're in a classic over-under position. And Claressa's doing great here grappling-wise. And here Montez starts to try to dig that underhook. Look at it. She's trying to, right here. She's trying to dig that. And Claressa's not really noticing it. Then she's like, oh wait, I kind of need that. And she pulls her elbow back and then gets it again. And again, Montez starts to look for it. Again, the camera angle's not great. And this time, she gets it and Claressa's okay with, I guess, trying to keep a whizzer. But now, Montez is in a dominant position where she has double underhooks, and she can look to lock her hands, which she uses that underhook that she just fished to shuck Claressa over on that underhook side that she just got. And now she's got Claressa leaning over, and she locks the hands, I believe. Yes, she's got her hands locked. It's kind of hard to see. But now, someone with a body lock, it depends how tight her body lock is, but either way, a body lock sucks. So Claressa kind of not great there. And here Claressa starts to try to get back that underhook. But she can't get it. She's working it. There, she got it back. And now she's in a better position. But still, the body lock is kind of there. I think she just has it on the fingers instead of like a palm to palm. She's kind of just got it on the fingers, if you can see. Oh, now it's broken. She pulls it out. But that was a good job by Montez. As soon as Claressa pulled it out, she's got her feet kind of parallel and her back facing that way. So Montez puts her right leg, that's a terrible circle, her right leg in front of the 2 feet of Claressa. Look at all these circles, unreal. And tries to go for a sweep. And Claressa, good job getting that right foot out. And Montez doesn't fully commit to it. And I feel like she would have ran herself into the cage. But maybe if they were out in the open, she would have committed to it a little more. Instead, she just turns the position, and now she's got her against the fence. And Claressa still has this over-under position with a whizzer on the side. I feel like that's what they drill a lot, is getting in that over-underhook position and getting a whizzer and just avoiding getting taken down. And her takedown defense so far against the fence has been really good. So they stay there for a little bit, and you see the recognition of Shields. An amateur wouldn't be recognizing this sort of sweep. Montez looking to get the leg and scoop it behind there, behind Claressa's left leg, but Claressa realizes it and pulls the knee back, just gets it right back. And then Claressa starts to post with the knee, her left leg, just to create some space so Montez can't get really close with her hips. And once you get your hips close, it makes a takedown way easier, especially body lock takedowns. So she's posting with the leg. Again, this is something they guaranteed drilled, and this is good work from Claressa. Claressa kind of pushes it to the other side with the right hand, and then she abandons the whizzer and goes 2-hand post, pushing down on the head. So Montez goes to a single, or she tries to, but Claressa's still posting, and they get back. Claressa's still trying to post, but she's just kind of getting held here. For the rest of the round, Montez would hold her against the fence, so Claressa landed the more effective shots, and she defended a lot of takedowns, but what do you count for control time, right? Like, that was a ton of control time for Montez, so maybe you could even give Montez that round based on the control, similar to like the Sandhagen-Dillashaw fight, where Dillashaw had a lot of back control against the fence, but wasn't really doing damage there, but he got the decision because of it. So maybe you give that round to Montez, but Claressa probably did the more damage. And now we get into round 2, and Claressa, again, stuck in this kicking distance, and this is like, man, you don't think you're gonna land it. Like, I don't think she thinks she's gonna land it, but if she does, then her range is really messed up. Again, she does it, and now Montez is doing body kicks, and then she does this. Wait, where is it? No, where is it? That. I don't know if you see that, But watch Montez's right leg. What is that? Was she looking to like teep and then it looks like she hyperextends the hell out of her knee. Like, look at that. That's like some double jointed. Here Claressa starts to back her up to the fence. This is what Claressa needed to do. But Montez circles out. And this is a good leg kick from Montez. Timing the step in, because Claressa likes to kind of double jab her way in to a right hand. So on the jab, brings it back, jab, and then Montez, boom, times it. That was nice. And there, she commits to a back leg kick, and she's got to recover. But Claressa does a good job of pressuring her. But what she could have done a little bit better, instead of just running in and kind of squaring up her stance, she lands some good shots. But if Claressa stays in orthodox, and instead of stepping in like with this back leg, like how she does there, kind of like in a Superman punch, if she stays in southpaw, and this is her feet, right? And she, oh, what the? I didn't know I could do that. This is her feet. If she just slides her feet like this and maintains the outside foot and has that dominant angle, it will push Montez this way instead of, like, it'll push Montez this way in the stance that she isn't comfortable in, southpaw, and it'll direct her towards the right hand of Shields. But instead, she runs in and kind of loses her stance and just tries to throw a right hand. And this gives the ability to Montez to circle out to this way and get back into her stance. So a little thing there that you think the boxer, the pure boxer, would know, to just kind of slide and keep that outside foot. But instead she just kind of sprints in. Lands a few punches. And then Montez gets back to grabbing, and we're back in the same spot, over under clinch against the fence. Alright, so Montez kind of holds her here for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and she gets to double underhooks because Claressa's focusing on posting away instead of digging the underhook like she was before, and she's not even worried about the whizzer. And Montez steps off to the side, has that body lock, and takes her back. And watch Claressa fight the hands immediately. This is really nice from her. She goes 2-on-1 on the one hand and just pushes down, breaks the grip. Montez trying to get a hook in, but Claressa, using that 2-on-1, turns the correct way with the 2-on-1 and breaks it. Really good takedown defense from a person who's only been doing it for a year. Again, another thing you could tell they trained. Getting that 2-on-1, pushing it down, and turning into it. Beautifully done. But Montez maintains this, gripping around Claressa. And again, back to the fence. More against the cage stuff. And Claressa just kind of explodes out, pushing away with her elbows. And now she's got Montez where she wants her, against the fence. And Shields is like, okay, I've had enough of this girl holding me against the fence. And she starts throwing punches. Boom, that one lands clean. That's one of the cleanest punches of the fight. Over the top right hand. But again, she kind of crowds herself by running in and switching stances with it, squaring it off. Because then they can just clinch. If she just jabs and then throws the right hand and stays in her stance instead of overextending, again, that landed, but that could have landed at this spot as well if you stay jab, jab, right hand in your stance and stay at your boxing range instead of crowding it and getting clinched again. But she pushes away again, and more pressure, getting her against the fence. This is where we need her. Inside leg kick, right hand, left hook. Claressa's just walking her down here, getting in her range, lead right hand. Again, she does this a lot. Right hand, switches into like just crowding herself, like not setting her feet and just tagging, and then she could pull back on that left straight, and that's what gets her clinched. There's a good jab. See, this is nice. Jab, pull back, jab, instead of crowding your punches. Again, she's really jumping into this overhand right, but Montez times it perfectly, because Shields does this a lot. She does this jab, and she kind of brings it back to like a Philly shell. She did this earlier too. I was realizing it, and I was seeing it. When she jabs, it's kind of like that, and then she brings it back down here. So if you time a right hand, you know, but big overhand, and Montez ducks right under it, and this is a deep shot. She's got the hands, she's got the double leg, and just drives, gets her down, and Claressa immediately goes for these like overhooks on both sides. You can't see it on the other side. I think they cut to it right. But now you see she's just gonna whiz her, and look at her guard. It's not great, and I think if she goes up against a better guard passer than Montez, she might have some trouble, but Montez can kind of easily explode out of these hooks and go for punches, but that was Claressa's only look to get it right back. But look how loose this guard is. Like, if Montez wants to just put her elbow on this knee, or this leg, this thigh, the inner thigh, and pass in a half guard, it's there all day. But Montez is content with standing guard, I guess, and she gets wrist control there, so Claressa can't post. Look at the hand fight here. Look at that hand fight. Just got the wrist control, holding it out, but Claressa eventually gets to a post. Posts up, pushes the head. I know it's a bad angle, but again, good here. And I feel like she worked a lot against the cage, because you could see her takedown defense against the cage was pretty good, and she never got taken down against the cage, if I'm not mistaken. That was the first takedown, and then one more takedown comes here in this third round, and she kind of just holds you here for the rest of this. Third round, more of these jabs. They confuse me, but maybe they're just feeling out the range. Inside leg kick, but pushing her against the cage and cutting the cage pretty well. Like, she knows Montez wants to circle away from the right hand, so she's, instead of following her in a straight line, she's kind of sidestepping. Watch. You see what I mean? Jab, right hand, and she does it a lot after throwing her right hand. Just kind of gets in this. Like, she doesn't stick it and then bring it back in her stance. And there, Montez throws a jab into inside low kick while Shields is throwing right hand, left hook. And if this inside low kick doesn't take out the base from Shields, like it does, like it completely takes out her base. Watch, like that. If that doesn't take out her base, this left hook that Shields is going to throw, that's landing, and it's landing clean. But great job there from Montez to take out her base. Montez misses the inside leg kick, and Shields pounces on it. Again, right hand, crowds herself all the time. She's crowding her punches, and Montez can just clinch up. A lot of cage control. And here, Shields goes for her own little takedown. She has double underhooks. She's driving. She's not really going for a takedown. She's just kind of... Oh, she does. Look, gets it. That's a takedown right there. Good punch. Back up. She's got a headlock. And now she's pushing her against the fence. That was good work there from Claressa to attack her own takedown. Obviously, she's not going to go for takedowns a lot, but getting that double underhook and putting some offense out as defense, right? Like you're defending with offense. And she gets out, and here is her last chance to finish her. But boom, does it again. Look at that. After the punch. Now she's got to reset. And there, big overhand, perfectly timed by Montez. And she's just squaring her hips up when she throws that overhand. She's not staying in her stance where she can bump a hip and dig an underhook. She's squaring it up for Montez, and Montez perfectly timed. Boom, double leg. And for the rest of the round, Claressa would be held in half guard. There's a little posture up, some ground and pound, and look at this. This shows how easy Claressa Shields' guard is. Like, she maintained this, and obviously there's 20 seconds left and she's tired and she's just like, frig. But no clamp on this leg. Like, look how there's nothing here to stop this. That's free. Now she's in mount and she can go off for the last 20 seconds. None of these really land, and Claressa's kind of punching back. And yeah, that is the end of the fight. Claressa loses her first fight, or her second fight, but there are a lot of good signs, I would say. Her takedown defense against the cage looked good. The 2 times she got taken down is when she overextended on her right hand, which she was doing a lot, and squaring up her stance, which is not good. Don't want to square up your stance, because that is a free double leg every single time. And Montez was doing a good job of realizing when Claressa was going to throw that overhand right, ducking under, getting the double leg. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, you're a G. And peace.